Hey guys, I wanted to make a video just kind of explaining about the different things that I was doing pre-pregnancy in order to prepare my body for, my upcoming pregnancy. So, as you guys know, I have had really bad pregnancies in the past, and I had done a lot of research on how to set myself up for the best pregnancy that I could have. And I found a huge link between not just our gut health, but there's a certain bacteria called H. pylori. I think the full name is like Hilo something, pylori. And a lot of us carry this bacteria in our gut, and most of us don't have any problems from it. Some of us do, most of us don't. It just kind of sits there a little bit dormant. But things can really trigger H. pylori that create really hard pregnancies, and one of them is, hormonal swings. So people who get pregnant and have H. pylori in them sometimes can have really big, effects. That was step one for me. When I read this blog, and I'll link it in the bottom of this video, but I read this blog and it went into depth about H. pylori and about how to get rid of it naturally. You could take antibiotics to get rid of it, but as we know, antibiotics, it would take about 2 to 4 years for your gut to return to its normal microbiome after taking antibiotics. So I wanted to go a natural route. So the first thing I did to prepare myself for pregnancy and getting rid of H. pylori was taking 3 shots of this a day. This is Colloidal Silver, and I got it off Amazon. I would take about 3 tablespoons of this a day. It works best on an empty stomach. This is a natural antibiotic. I'll probably do a blog post about that because this stuff, I use this for ear infections, pink eye, when my kids are coming down with a cold. It's kid friendly, it's adult friendly, it's pregnancy friendly. But H. pylori hates colloidal silver. And when you couple it with turmeric, it creates a really hostile environment in your gut for bacteria like that to survive. So those were the first things I started doing 3 times a day. I would try to do it on an empty stomach. And I also, not only was I trying to take in things that would kill the bacteria, but I also wanted to starve the bacteria out. So what does H. pylori eat? Sugar and carbs, essentially. I know it sucks because who wants to get rid of sugar and carbs? But it was worth it to me. And so I just started slowly, not really slowly, I kind of abruptly stopped eating sugar and carbs and started eating just a lot of whole foods, and I'll kind of go into some of the foods that I was eating to prepare for pregnancy. But I also wanted to show you some other supplements that I took. I get fish oils. I order my fish oils off of Thrive Market because I get a pretty good discount on there, but some good quality fish oils. Not all fish oils are made the same, so make sure you get yourself a good quality. Mine is Carlson. I took fermented Chlorella. Now I made a whole entire story about this on my Instagram, so if you want to go to my Instagram and know why I took this, you can do that. This helps detox and helps clean your liver. These are other detox things that I took. These are just tablets that you put into your drinks. Here, I'll show you one of them. And they're flavored, this one's flavored lemon. And you put them into your drink and you drink it in the morning. I always try to take things like this and colloidal silver on an empty stomach, or pre or probiotics on an empty stomach, because your gut is the most susceptible then. So in the morning, I would drink one of these. I can't do it right now just because I'm really sensitive, but they have all different flavors. This one is a berry flavor, and they all have kind of different themes. So this theme is a superfood detox, and this one is like antioxidants. I also got these from Thrive Market, and I give them to my kids. I break the tablet in half and put it into their drinks, and they have their juice every morning. This was the prebiotic that I take. It's from Plexus. And I also take Plexus's Multivitamin, which has just, it's great. It has magnesium in it, it has zinc, selenium. So it's awesome. It's so good to find a multivitamin that has all the vitamins that you want to take in it. So you're not having to buy zinc and magnesium from other sources. You can buy like a true multivitamin. So those are the supplements that I took. I also, aside from supplements and food, I tracked my ovulation using these strips. These I got from Amazon. I think they were like $8, honestly. And you get like a ton of them. You get, I think this one had 25 ovulation strips and 10 pregnancy tests or 5 pregnancy tests. And so basically you can pee on one every day. In the morning would be the best time for you to pee on it, and it kind of tracks your the hormones that are present in your body when you're ovulating or when you're pregnant. And yeah, so we had, I've been tracking it for probably about a month before we tried. So next I'm gonna take you into my kitchen. I'll show you some of the foods that I was trying to eat while I was preparing for this pregnancy. A lot of the foods that I ate, I can't really stomach now. So I'm glad that I loaded up on them before I got pregnant. Every morning I would start with half a lemon and some warm water and some apple cider vinegar, just to start my gut off with some prebiotics and probiotics, and lemon is just cleansing. I also, on an empty stomach, now how empty can your stomach be when you're taking all these things, right? But my own sauerkraut, this was full like a few weeks ago. I ate sauerkraut before every single meal. H. pylori hates fermented food. So the more fermented foods you can eat, the cleaner your gut will end up being. Another easy way to get fermented foods in is kombucha. I make my own kombucha now. I don't make it anymore because I'm too queasy for that. But give me a few weeks and I'll be making sauerkraut kombucha again. And I would try to drink bone broth on an empty stomach as well. So sometimes I'd alternate, since, you know, my stomach would be full from like the sauerkraut. Maybe the day after I would take some bone broth. But those were some really, like, bone broth is super nutrient dense, and it's just really good for your gut in general. But because I know how queasy I am when I'm pregnant, I just wanted to get all of that into me as much as I could before I got pregnant. And another thing, I'm not even gonna show it to you because I can't even look at it, is liver. I would take chicken liver and puree it into my ground beef, and I made meatballs from it. Tons and tons of vitamins. I actually have a post, my nutrient dense post on my blog, about how awesome liver is for you and how deficient we actually are in B vitamins. A lot of people who are pregnant who struggle with morning sickness don't have enough B vitamins. So I would eat chicken liver, but I'm not even gonna show that to you guys. Also, I had someone message me yesterday and kind of ask me about what I did physically to prepare for pregnancy, since I am a fitness coach and I was used to high intensity interval training and lifting weights. I just did that. Yeah, I didn't take it any easier. I know that some women who struggle with infertility sometimes have to really like scale back on their exercise, but this wasn't a problem for me, and I have enough body fat. So yeah, I continued doing lifting really, and I had cardio in my workout classes that I coach, but mainly like strength training and things like that. Last but not least, another way I prepared for pregnancy was getting in the Word every day, praying and meditating. It's so essential. I mean, just to have a healthy lifestyle in general. But for me, I just needed, when I enter into seasons like this where I know it's going to be really challenging, it's not just challenging on me physically, but like mentally and emotionally, it's just a challenging season for me to be in. And I started waking up pretty much every day at 6:30, and I would spend about 30 to 45 minutes in the Word. And this is a devotional. It's called Day by Day Spirituality by Pete Scazzaro. And it literally takes 5 to 10 minutes to do. It has a little bit of a Devo in there, a little bit of scripture, and it has times to meditate before and after you go through the scripture and the devotion. And it gives you points to ponder and like things to pray. And it was just so good for me to have something that I did every single day in the morning before the day kind of started. And I'm trying to continue to do it now since I'm a little bit more tired than I normally am. I haven't been getting up as frequently, and that's okay. I'm just giving myself grace in this season. But I'm really glad that I was able to do that before and kind of center myself and, just take time to recuperate from the day before the next day started. So yeah, I hope that some of this was helpful. Please comment below and tell me if you have done anything to prep your body for pregnancy that really set you up for success. And I'll see you guys next time.